I think we need to retire the word slop now, because I saw somebody on Twitter refer to Breaking Bad as high-quality slop.
Bruh.
Yeah, a lot of people, the word slop has become redundant and overused now, so a lot of people do not understand what it actually means.
I mean, heck, like those Rank Repo, and all those types of games, people are calling friend slop.
Yeah, slop is just everything now. It's just everything. If something's good, it's high quality slop. If something's bad, it's bad slop. We need to say something else for stuff that is just garbage now.
I saw someone we knew this was coming. The food streamer era is coming because of Peanut, and I saw someone other day called the Long Dog. They were a talking hot dog.
So somebody needs to do the baked potato, and it's like a potato with Tally's eyes from South Park.
Yes.
Like they're constantly baked off of marijuana or something. Anyway, welcome to episode 22 of the Restored Geeks Podcast. My name is Tristan.
I'm Chandler.
I'm Joseph.
Yes, sir. And an analysis on Expedition 33 and Markiplier Embarrassing Hollywood. All that coming up. But first, let's talk about what we've done during this week, because it has been a good, 3 weeks? The reason why is because we've had a winter storm, and we do this podcast in person with each other, so we weren't able to actually get together because of this winter storm. The weather here decided that it would go from being borderline spring, that it forgot that it was winter, and it suddenly remembered that it was winter and decided to really go full force with it.
Yeah.
So let's get into what we have been doing this week, starting with gaming. What have you been doing, Joseph, with gaming?
I've been trying to do my 100% run of Tears of Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. And I've also been playing Pokemon, doing my shiny run to finish that.
Yeah.
And
have you 100% of Breath of the Wild before?
Almost. But
I can't fathom trying to 100% that game. That or Tears of the Kingdom.
one of my little cousins back in the day went over my save files, so I lost everything.
Yes.
And that's why I stopped trying to do it. I think that's it.
Yeah. Nice. What about you, Chandler? Where you been gaming?
You played Little Inferno.
Little Inferno. Yeah, I played Little Inferno.
Nice. Is that an indie game?
Yeah, it's one of those small little indie games. And then
Yeah, that game came back. That game came out back when Jacksepticeye was still trying to speak an American accent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Speaking of Jacksepticeye, we'll be talking about that later. He was in a little something. Yes.
I've been playing 3 games. So I've been playing Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies, because I'm sick and tired of the drip feeding coming from the other ones.
Yeah.
There's zero reason why a new map shouldn't have released with Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been playing with Custom Zombies because an extremely good one just came into early access called Machine A. You do have to buy the guy's Patreon. It's $2.
Okay.
But the amount of passion going into these custom maps compared to what's actually coming out is insane.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Then I've been playing Breath of the Wild.
Trying to 100% it too.
Yeah.
Awesome. I personally can't fathom trying to 100% that game, but yeah.
Yeah, because you're just bad.
Yeah. Just bad.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Anyway.
Yes.
And then I've been playing the game that came out Friday.
What game came out?
Neo 3 released Friday.
Oh, is that good?
And just rapid fire real quick, because we don't have a lot of time. We got a lot of topics to get to.
Yep.
I 100% recommend it right now. I would say it's a 9.9 out of 10. It's
a Souls-like, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This Souls-like is easily the most balanced Souls-like I've seen since Lies of P. It's more balanced than Elden Ring, more balanced than Shadow of the Erdtree, and playing it so they got rid of the mission structure, which I'm very happy with. I did not like the mission structure in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2 were also, 1 was just a bad game. 2 was mid.
Yeah.
But I
never played them, so
I think they've hit a good spot here, because this feels like I'm playing back in the early days of Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1 with the balancing. It feels like an actually fair, balanced game. and the exploration is amazing. They went with the Elden Ring style, but not massive open world. It's I think 4 open areas.
So it's not like redundant stuff as you go through it. Like,
no.
Because Elden Ring, I like the open world of that game. It's just when you try to 100% that, you realize just how redundant some of the stuff in that game is. But yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I say a 9.9 is there is one ability in the game called Key Pulse. Basically, your stamina is massively like hampered compared to something like Elden Ring or Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Your stamina is hampered in favor of you using something called a Key Pulse. The Key Pulse is after you attack, your stamina will have a red like bar on it, kind of like how if you lost health in Bloodborne, you could regenerate it by attacking. In this game, your stamina has a red bar. It'll slowly start to fill back up, and if you click R1 to Key Pulse, you'll get your stamina back right away. If you don't, you are hampered and have to wait for your stamina to regen very slowly. The reason I don't like this is this forces you to watch your stamina bar rather than the enemy. Because if you're not watching your stamina bar and you Key Pulse too early, you will lose most of your stamina. If you Key Pulse too late, you will lose most of your stamina. You have to watch your stupid stamina bar instead of watching the actual enemy.
Yeah.
People will be like, well, it just becomes muscle memory after a while. No, it doesn't. That's only if you're using the same exact armor set for the entire game, because every armor weight changes the amount of stamina that is removed from Key Pulses.
Yeah.
The stamina right in the middle of the screen.
It's so dumb. I think it's just a dumb ability. But
wait, is it really right in the middle of the screen?
No,
okay.
I was
about to say.
I was joking.
I think it's a.
having trouble with it. Then why not play it in the middle?
I think it's a dumb ability, but it doesn't take away fully from the game at all.
Yeah.
Because everything is so well balanced that I have no issue. There's not a single boss so far that I think has just been complete, utter nonsense, like in Elden Ring, where immediately friggin' Margit was over the top. So, and then especially Shadow of the Erdtree. We don't talk about that in this.
Yeah. No, I think Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is the most balanced and like tight game that FromSoft came out with. Well, Souls-like.
Yeah,
that came out with.
That's why I said Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1, because it's making me feel like nostalgic back in the old days of playing the really good games. I can't say it's as balanced as Sekiro yet until I see the rest of the game.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just been Expedition 33. I'm at the end of it. And, we'll be that is our main topic for today, so we'll be getting into that. So, let's now get into the gaming news, which, what is on the docket for the gaming news for these past 3 weeks?
Yeah, you only have one, and it's just movies, so.
Yeah.
All right, let's start. I don't know if there's an update of this one. I should have looked it up, but Corsair is a piece of crap company. Basically what they did was cancel all of the orders that were made prior to the Ramageddon.
Yeah.
The RAM price increase, and then they put them back up for a increased price. And then when people called them out for it, they gave a fake discount code. And then when they gave the actual discount code, it was still less than what they had originally paid for. So Corsair is a completely scummy piece of crap company.
Yeah. Didn't you say that there was something about Amazon doing like fake stock things as well? Because I've seen
the one who said that.
No, inventory error. That's what.
No, they were claiming. The Corsair tried to blame it all on an inventory error. If it was actually an inventory error, then you should have just said, "Hey, you send us your receipt and we'll fulfill the order."
Yeah. Okay.
Instead, they're just like, "Get over it."
Yeah. Yeah. This whole RAM situation. That's why I'm glad I've got mine. I'm sticking to mine.
Yeah. Rapid fire again. We all knew it to be true. Bungie has put all of their team, or most of their team, on Marathon because Destiny leaks are showing that it's going to be hit with massive delays here soon.
Yeah.
And they're just too afraid to announce them because they know the entire community is just going to rip them apart for it.
Yeah.
I see Marathon doing numbers on day one because it's a Bungie game and people are... Here's the problem with the world. If you really want something to fail,
Mhm.
then you don't engage with it. Unfortunately, people think hate engaging
Yes.
hurts it.
exactly.
It does not. When you download the game and you play it just to make fun of it, you're still engaging.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to do numbers on the first day, but then probably die off because I see no incentive to leave our creators
Yeah. Yeah.
for another one. It's the same thing like with
Instead, go to High Guard.
it's the same thing with like Fortnite, who High Guard's a topic on here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's kind of the same thing like Fortnite, and then like all the other battle royales that came out after, like Warzone and all that.
Yeah.
I see no reason to leave Fortnite. So
Mm-hmm.
unless
Right.
you
Yes.
really do something special, which Bungie has no capability of doing.
No, the old Bungie that made the masterpiece trilogy, that was the Halo trilogy, is no longer existent. They've all they've all been scattered to other places.
You can go punch sand and cry about not being able to buy your next luxury car.
Yeah. They're not even with 343. They all just got scattered into different places.
Also, you can now pre-order Marathon right now for.
Did they not? Am I mistaken? Please tell me if I'm mistaken. Did they not on stream say it was going to be free to play?
I'm pretty sure they said. I'm pretty sure they said it was gonna be free because you and me were like, well, if it's gonna be free,
Free to play. Free to play, yes.
free to play, then
Like our creators.
just look at it and see how it was.
Yeah.
But now knowing that the regular edition is $39.99, and then the deluxe edition is $59.99. No, I'm not gonna buy it.
You know why it's $39.99, right?
Isn't that the same mark price as?
It's because our creators is $39.99. Bungie burn in Minecraft.
And then releases next month on the 5th, which actually that's the same day that Pokepedia comes out.
Listen, Bungie has burned me with Destiny so much I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I know.
This is the same day.
Is that set to release this year, Marathon?
Yes.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah, March.
Oh.
But that's when Pokepedia comes out.
Please buy Pokepedia. Do not buy. Actually, don't buy either of them. Nintendo. But
Yeah, there's very few game companies that have a lot of respect in now.
Speaking of Nintendo, Power is just trolling at this point. They continue to win this lawsuit, and now they've announced a trading card game set to release on July 30th. Wow.
So it's like like the Pokemon.
Yeah.
or-
Not only that, I found out that they announced a farming sim game like Pokepedia.
Now I'm wondering.
Now,
Is how much scalping is going to be happening with this?
yeah. Well, now, here's all I've got to say to Power World. I would recommend, if you're going to do a trading card game, that's fine. I would recommend you don't continue down this path of just copying everything they're doing.
Yeah.
Because they're eventually going to have a case.
Yeah, they will have a case. If you troll too hard and copy everything, they will have a case.
But I mean, hey, mostly a lot of these like Pokemon type games always
Pokemon-
cards anyways.
Pokemon wasn't originally Nintendo, was it?
Yeah,
It was originally something before that, but Nintendo took.
No, it was originally Nintendo.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because I was going to say Pokemon's been a thing since the 90s.
Yeah, Nintendo's been a thing since the 70s.
70s.
Actually, I think it was before
Late
that. I thought it was like late 40s.
Well, I don't. They were not gaming.
They weren't
to begin,
gaming at first, no.
to begin with. They were like electronic stuff.
Yeah.
But then they took over gaming. They were the reason why they're like the Disney of gaming now is because they came in when the gaming hit the crash in the 80s and they actually revived it. But now they've lived long enough to see themselves become the villain. So yeah, great.
I mean, I'm still gonna buy Pokepedia when it comes out, just because I like Pokemon games.
Yeah.
And see how it is. But
I'm going to combine these two. The producer of Metroid Prime 4... The producer of Metroid Prime 4 is retiring after calling it a success. And is saying that Metroid Prime 4 is supposed to only be the first game in the Silex saga.
It was a success in terms of sales.
Let's see how the second one goes.
But yeah, I've honestly think this is a not Rise of Skywalker, Force Awakens moment where all of us were excited that a new Metroid Prime.
Yeah, we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, we didn't know what to expect. However, the game is not great. It's not a complete utter piece of crap, but it's a like I think I've said this in other.
I consider it worse than a piece of crap because the insulting nature is.
Yeah, well, like it's not like Ride to Hell Retribution.
I can sit and have fun laughing at Ride to Hell Retribution.
Yeah.
This one's so insulting. There's no fun to be had.
Yeah, that is true. It's an insulting oversimplification.
Yeah.
Of what made Metroid Prime great. I am working on a full-on retrospective of the entire series, ultimately to show how much of a insulting, like I just said, oversimplification 4 is. So yeah. In Psylocke Saga, Psylocke is not anywhere near as interesting as Metroid Prime.
No, and the fact that I had to have you tell me who it was is a problem.
Yeah, and not to mention the backstory to them is just downright pathetic. It's a mad Federation trooper that was mad that Samus didn't show up on time. Like,
Samus is a bounty hunter. She had no obligation.
But this person was mad. He big mad. Whereas Metroid Prime was a Metroid, like a phase-on steroided Metroid that was able to take Samus' suit and become Dark Samus. That's far more interesting.
This is like going on a revenge story against the friggin' ambulance driver because he was too slow.
This is The Last of Us Part 2.
Well, it's because, no, it wasn't even that he was too slow. He got stuck in traffic and the cars couldn't move.
This is The Last of Us Part 2. Abby being the daughter of the scientist, of one of these doctors that Joel shot
Because he was fighting for his life.
Yeah, this is what this is. It's pathetic. Like, stop. Anyway.
Ubisoft closes more studios, lol. Please just file for bankruptcy already. Okay, this one's dumb. I'm not gonna name this person because I don't like naming people.
Yeah.
But there's a dumb games journalist who wants a child mode in M-rated games so that they can play them in front of their children.
How about you just don't play M-rated games in front of your children?
Yep.
There's a reason why it's rated M.
Yeah.
You know what that just reminds me of? It just, even though you can't make it like that, but it reminds me of freaking Wolfenstein, to where when you go to baby mode, or it's like, yeah, that's for children right there. It's like that.
Yeah. No, there's a reason why it's rated M. It's not for people under the age of 17.
Well, what we're gonna do the Chinese version to where the blood's white?
Yeah, and everything looks just so wrong. Like, yeah.
No, we're gonna do it like the Modern Warfare era, or it's just money.
Yes, money. Yes. But yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Like,
ridiculous.
There are kid games. Play those in front of your kids.
There's actually some pretty good kids.
Yes, some pretty good old platformers. It's like Bubsy. Play that.
Please do not play.
Yes. Have you seen the Jontron video on that?
Yes, platformers.
Falling damage in my platformer?
I mean, heck, Breath of the Wild could be played in front of your kids.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because-
Metroid. I mean, well,
Prime could, yeah.
Prime 2 might be freaky, but yeah. Play Outlast.
Watch Berserk.
That was a bit too fun.
What's Berserker for children?
Play Outlast 2.
I love how the first episode of Made in Abyss is like, oh, look at how cute this episode is. And then the second episode throws you right into horrors beyond your comprehension.
Yes.
Well, watch Made in Abyss if you're
Well, it's kind of like Invincible, the first episode. It's like it plays off.
The worst part about the first episode is just her being whipped. Other than that, you don't really get the idea of how effed up this show is until episode 2.
Yeah. It's like Invincible. It plays as like your average Saturday morning cartoon until you get to that final 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what?
And then it's the movie.
We don't talk about Bondred.
Bruh.
I hate that he's got the drip.
He's got the drip. He do got the drip.
You got.
Yes.
Highguard!
Highguard's great, isn't it?
Tristan already mentioned Highguard. So here's the thing that peeves me off about Highguard. Highguard was not made by EA. Highguard is actually made by a group of people who left Titanfall Studios saying that they were going to make their own game.
Now, is it as bad as people are saying it is?
I haven't touched it.
Oh, you ain't touched it? All right.
I ain't touching it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, people are saying, here's what people are saying, because they keep using the word bad, but it's the same thing as Metroid Prime. It's insulting.
Yeah, so like it's not technically a bad game, but it's just bad in terms of
Very
like what
lazy.
was,
Should
yeah,
have been
lazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which I agree with you. Yeah, it makes it worse than bad when it's insulting like that. Yeah.
Please go back to EA and make Titanfall 3.
To be honest, was
Yes.
Titanfall 3 messed it up.
Actually, you know what? He's got a point. You all stay away from Titanfall 3.
Well, isn't these people the same ones that made Apex Legends?
Yeah.
Because Apex
They
Legends
also made
is...
Titanfall.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was going to say Apex Legends is in the Titanfall universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but due to like a lot of these things, like even like Sucker Punch that makes
But-
like Cooper, I'm my Slaker,
Yeah.
but you've done so bad with stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
oh,
they made the masterpiece of Ghost of Tsushima.
that's the big reason.
But Ghost of Yote, the only reason why me and Chandler didn't play is because the main creator made fun of Charlie Kirk's death. So I don't even know if the game is actually bad or not. So I just don't care.
This one,
Well, wait, hold up. High Guard was a flop, right?
yes.
Like in terms of
Massive
yeah,
flop.
okay. Yeah, that's a big thing about it too. I just don't, because you know how the internet does, whenever a train gets moving of something is awful or something is glazed to the high heavens, everybody jumps on it.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's actually, you honestly have to play it yourself to see what is actually truthful. So
This next one was just kind of a personal one.
Mhm.
So I found this out. There's a big controversy going around with Black Ops 7 right now. Well, two of my favorite things to do was watch the raid races in Destiny, or multiple things I like to do. Raid races in World of Warcraft, and the Easter egg hunts in not just Black Ops, in zombies in general. Well, a tool was released for Black Ops 7.
Oh.
And this tool has allowed people to cheat and find everything. It is so advanced that it'll put a marker on Easter egg triggers. And it's literally able to data mine and tell basically what you're supposed to do to trigger.
Basically one direct. That was basically direct.
Yeah, it's basically direct mode. This is stupid and
so ultimately undermines the entire point of finding out Easter eggs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to see this worries me that this type of crap is going to come to Destiny at some point
Mm-hmm.
and ruin raid races, and same thing with World of Warcraft and all that. Although World of Warcraft raid races are very different
Mm-hmm.
because World of Warcraft raid races, there's literally a adventure guide that tells you how to do it, and it's all about execution is why it takes so long, and stat friggin' max.
Yeah, they pretty much know what to do, but it just takes so long. They're like, all right. Oh wait, we don't have the damn first time.
Yeah. But the Destiny style raids, Easter egg hunts, all of that will soon be completely dead. Especially if this tool is to go to a different game. You want to put an Easter egg in your game? Well, FU is not an Easter egg anymore. Someone has a tool that just pointed it out.
Yeah, exactly. It just undermines the whole thing. It's like you remember when we were playing Fall Guys on the PC, and there were people that cheated on it and had like to where they could like float
over the map.
And go. It's like, what is the point?
Exactly.
All you want at that point is just to be at the top. You don't want the journey that it takes to get there, which is the entire thing that makes it satisfying.
Yeah, no, that's what really annoys me about it, because what did you accomplish?
Yeah.
Where's the fun? The fun in it was supposed to be finding these things. There were two. So there's a cursed mode in Black Ops 7. Two of the relics had not been found. The reason this came out is because it got found by two Chinese streamers who were using this tool to just find them.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, the big one.
Yeah.
Big news story: Steam is being sued.
Yippee!
We had to talk about it.
Well,
Yes.
being sued for, you want to know how much?
$5 billion. I don't know. I don't even know if they got that much money.
Kind of close.
Bruh.
900 mil.
Why?
But basically, the pretense is that they're saying that Steam is using their platform as a monopoly to overcharge for video games.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me, it makes so much sense when everything on Steam is like $70.
Yeah.
And then everything on PlayStation is like $70. And then everything on Xbox is like $70. And then everything on the Epic Games Store is like $70. And then everything on you get my point.
Not to mention, Steam does a lot of sale stuff. What are they talking about?
Yeah.
Sales and like
Yes, exactly.
every other.
And then they're also being sued for overcharging developers for putting their games. They charge a 30% fee for transactions on there. Well, they charge a 30% fee for transactions on there, which that also makes a lot of sense to be suing them for, because since they're charging 30% fee, we can go to Epic Games that charge a 30% fee for their transactions, or we can go to Sony and get on the PlayStation Store for a 30% fee on transactions, or we can go to Xbox on Microsoft and then put our game on that store for a 30% fee of transactions. So I do hope that Steam loses this lawsuit so that I could still pay my 30% fee for transactions on any other platform.
Yeah, yes, very true.
No, if you're wondering where this is coming from, this is a frivolous lawsuit. This is a stupid lawsuit that should have been thrown out the moment it was seen.
Yeah.
But it is being done by somebody with less than a brain.
Mm-hmm.
I will 100% say that. Less than a brain. It is being done by somebody named Vicky Shotbolt.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look this person up, she also helped put in the Online Safety Act in UK, the same one that has completely destroyed privacy and allowed them to arrest people for tweets.
For tweets, yes. Totally not authoritarian.
She is an activist that does not care about video games. She wants to be seen on top. She wants to always be fighting no matter what it is. And for some reason has decided to put her decrepit, disgusting fingers into the game industry and target what I would consider the most user-friendly and customer-friendly
Steam is the most user
application in all
or better than Epic Games
of video gaming.
Yes.
Steam is not a monopoly. Steam appears as one because there is no good competition.
There is no, yes, I was about to say.
Epic Games Store is terrible. I will die on that hill. It is one of the worst.
The remedy for Steam being on top right now is not to try and take them down. It's to get better at what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Epic Games was like, we're going to take down Steam, but then they launched without a shopping cart.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
What she wants is for Steam to die, and then we gotta get all of our games off of 30 different stores. You have the Epic Games Store for most of those games, and then you're gonna have to download the EA app to get all the EA games, and the Ubisoft app to get any Ubisoft game, which nobody is going to be doing anyway. And then you gotta download the Bethesda app to get the Bethesda games. This is a stupid lawsuit that should have been thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I remember when you just put the cartridge in the thing and you get it work.
I know.
Until it didn't work, and then you blew into it and slammed it into it.
Yeah. And then you turn it off and on and off and on and off and on and off.
And then you act like you didn't care to see if
And then it works.
Yeah.
The good.
That was back when you could throw your that was back when you could throw your console out the window and it still worked.
Yeah.
Around 2016, a meteorite landed on Earth. No one knew about it, but it released a pathogen. This pathogen was the brain rot.
Yes.
It created multiple creatures. It created the Karens, like Vicky Shockbolt. And then it created the brain rot that has become the left.
Yes. I'll tell you exactly what happened to the game industry. It's become mainstream. That's why it sucks now. When things, back when we grew up, it was niche. It was not mainstream. But now there are well over 1 billion some gamers now.
Yeah.
So it's now mainstream, and that's why most of the mainstream stuff sucks.
That's why I haven't even really been playing that much of my multiplayer games that much anymore.
Yeah.
I'll sometimes get on Arc Raiders, and sometimes I'll get on my Marvel Rivals. I don't play them as much as I used to. I'm mainly been wanting to just play single player stuff nowadays.
Because when stuff is niche, it's mostly ran by people that are actually passionate. But once that thing becomes mainstream, you then get the corporate people that all they care about is business. And so that's when you get actual slop. Because what we mean by slop is stuff that is made just to make a buck. That's it.
What do you mean?
It has no quality, no passion to it.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Repo, Lethal Company, and all these games, they're not French slop?
I hate it when a word gets picked up by NPCs and just used over and over again.
Like phobia?
Like phobia, like the phrase nitpicking or the phrase show don't tell. Those got picked up by NPCs as well. That's something else too, is actual illogical fallacies. They don't know, they'll get picked up by NPCs and they don't know when they actually apply.
Yep. You shouldn't be trying to do your own surgery. You should be letting a surgeon do it. Why is that? Because they know what they're doing. That's an appeal to authority.
Yes.
And you would just be like, you know what? I'll just get your coffin ready.
Yeah, yes. No, appeal to authority is when you're talking about like a daggone like point of view, and you just point to like it's like if we just point to David Wood only as like the end all be all speaking against Islam.
Yeah.
That's appeal to authority. But
That's all the gaming news.
yeah. Now we get into movies, which besides the one that we all three watched, have y'all watched any other movies besides?
No.
What about you, John?
Well, Tristan forgot about us watching one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Boy, yes, I forgot. Oh man, it's called "Who Are You Afraid Of?"
What
Are you afraid of? I looked it up. It's apparently an indie film.
It better be an indie film.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It had no passion to it. It was a piece of garbage.
No, it was just a propaganda saying racism still exists, basically.
Yeah, it was. Gosh, the plot made no sense because of my themes.
We had mandatory girl in bikini scenes.
Yeah, well, the plot would literally slam the brakes on itself just so that the characters could preach a message to the audience.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I do not recommend it.
The only way it could have been worse is if they literally, because I honestly felt like they were going to, it was just going to stop with like that light above them. They'd be like, hi, this is the message of this current point.
Yes. It just stops and the person comes out in front of the screen. Hello.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you what just went down and what the message is. Yeah, it is bad. The plot makes no sense because it's themes over storytelling.
Yeah.
It's like I said,
Not only that, the acting was horrible.
the acting's bad. Yeah. The characters lose any of the few remaining IQs they have in the final part of the movie. It's bad. I don't recommend it. It's a bona fide 0 out of 10. But other than that, anything else that you watched, Taylor? Neither have I, but we all three went to the movies last weekend to see Iron Lung, Markiplier's debut indie film. So we just talked about an indie movie. This is an indie movie that actually has passion to it. But Mark has basically decided to go to the front of the battle between indie studios and Hollywood, like the front line.
Yeah.
Because his movie made 20-some million in box office at the theaters just first weekend.
Yeah.
And it was also a like $3 million produced movie.
Yes, it was only like $3 million, which is very cheap. It's not super cheap. Like most indie films are usually going to be below that. But it's still cheap compared to all the other movies that were in theaters. That
I think I know some that $3 million went to 80,000 gallons of blood.
I don't know how much fake blood is, but yeah. But yeah, it was only $3 million, the budget, and he made 20-some million.
Yeah.
At first weekend box office, and he's still making money now. So he has made like a success doesn't even describe it. This is like wildly successful. So like he's made way over, because what makes a film successful is if it makes more than what its budget was. If it makes its budget, or if it makes below its budget, then it's a flop. But this is a hugely successful film. I'm glad this is successful because Mark just proved that you don't have to go through some big Hollywood machine in order to make this kind of money.
Yeah, I know.
As an indie producer. Now,
Yeah.
you do have to have 30 some million subscribers. Like that does definitely help.
And they're going to be able to have 3 million in order to make the movie.
Yeah, that does kind of help. But still, Mark was completely independent with this. It was his own production company. He went straight to his fan base to help distribute the film in the theaters, and it worked. So, yeah, this is incredible. It's a huge feat, and I'm glad that he was able to do this. And Mark has also been very, like, humble in the sense of him thanking his audience, him actually taking criticism from it for the movie. And also the details behind the scenes that he is a actual correct script writer in the sense of he wrote the script before the film was filmed. He also had the guy that made the game with him, and anything the guy didn't want in the game, he took out of the script. So that is how you do a game adaptation. So get Mark on Resident Evil, Fallout. Get him to get the license from Frictional Games to make Amnesia and Soma and all that. So, yes.
I don't want to go into the movie too much because I actually want to do a podcast on it later.
Okay, cool.
On finding light in a hopeless situation.
Yes, that is really good. But do you want to give like a rapid fire review of the movie?
Just give our like scores for it, not a full review.
Okay. For me, you mean like a number score?
You don't have to give a number. Just say, do you recommend?
Oh yeah, I recommend it. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Well, yeah, I will help to recommend it.
Yeah.
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 You should go watch it at the theaters and not to the Bay.
Yeah. Don't watch it at the Bay. Watch it at the theaters. This is a indie person. Go support them. Yes.
If it I don't know if he's going to put it on a streaming service. So,
He should. Yeah.
yeah.
I would just say not. Why not? Yeah.
I thought he said no.
If not, hopefully it'll be on YouTube.
Now he did say that he's working on Blu-ray releases.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
If it's on Blu-ray, then it comes on buying it.
Yeah. It is a good film.
I did mention that we'll do a podcast on it. That will be whenever it comes to either Blu-ray or streaming.
Yeah.
So that way we can rewatch it.
Yes. Yeah. Now, I will say, like, the one, consensus piece of criticism that I've seen is that the middle portion of the movie drags too long.
You mean him, going under the thing and...
Yeah, him. What it basically does is it's him doing the game stuff, like the thing that you do in the game. Some people will think that it doesn't necessarily translate well into movie. I can see where they're coming from.
He skipped over most of what you do in the game.
Yeah.
He did, at the very beginning when you saw him, Xing out all of that stuff, that's what you did in the game.
Yeah.
The middle portion is just him, more exploring, trying to find the bones again.
Yeah.
And then...
realizing that it's gone.
Then getting hit and then having to, he didn't actually get hit. He rammed a wall.
Yeah.
But then he had to, repair the ship and all that. It does seem to go on a little long, but he was able to make it interesting enough to get my attention.
Yeah. Just like rapid fire thing on it. Yeah. Mark's acting was solid. I think he did a great job. I did not see him as Mark in the movie.
They're doing just one little part.
The only time I did was when he picked up the water. I was like, you stupid freaking idiot. Did the whole thing in one go.
Yeah, that's something he would say while he was playing a game. But no, Mark did a good job at it. The one thing that I really liked about it and that I really appreciate is the camera angles that he used. Mm-hmm. He actually used very interesting camera angles throughout the entire movie. He didn't just have it just be one shot and be boring to look at. He knew that he seemed to know that since it was going to be in a submarine the entire time, he had to make sure that the camera placement was interesting. So yeah, I really liked that. Really good, really recommend it. And I'm glad that Mark was successful at this.
Pre-order your Iron Lung popcorn bucket.
Yes. So for movie news, other than Mark, embarrassing Hollywood.
So I want to talk about the new the Super Mario Galaxy 2 trailer came out, and we got to see Yoshi.
Yoshi's
he actually looks really good at it.
Who's he voiced by? Or is he voiced at all?
Jordan Peele.
Isn't that Toad?
I
No, that's Keegan Michael Key.
Oh, true.
I actually don't know who he's voiced by, but it sounds like Yoshi saying Yoshi. That's all he says.
Bruh.
But
Jack Black. He's voicing him and Bowser.
Yes. Who's voicing Baby Bowser?
Bowser Jr.
Oh, yeah, Bowser.
He's voicing Bowser Jr. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Well, no, I meant Bowser Jr.'s actually in the...
I know.
He's like,
I actually don't know who voices him because he's weird. It sounds weird, but I want to talk about a little bit about the trailer too. So we get to meet Yoshi, and then we get to see like a little bit of their journeys that they're going to be taking. This does not seem more of like a Mario Galaxy movie, because Mario Galaxy is when they go to different galaxies and stuff like that. That was the game.
mm-hmm.
This one seems like instead of just regular like different planet stuff, it seems like they're going to go through different games of the Mario world.
Yeah.
Because the first one we see is like I think it was Super Mario 2. And then we get to see the Mario Odyssey, the sandy area with the skeleton people and everything like that. You get to see that one. And then on one part, Yoshi's yelling at T-Rex, and that's also in Mario Odyssey. But we also see Mario and Luigi turn into babies, which is from Yoshi's Island. So it seems like
They're putting together movies.
they're putting games together in this movie instead of it being like just a regular Mario Galaxy. It looks good.
You
I
two,
can't wait for it.
you two remember Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah.
The guy who like created the other game and he got like coffee thrown in his face and all that. That's the guy who voices Bowser Jr.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No, hopefully it won't be like Mortal Kombat where all that you just mentioned is all in a 2-minute montage.
True.
I mean, the first movie combined games too. It combined Mario Kart and all that. So
Yeah. It's just that it kind of got to me. I was like, wait, so are like all these different galaxies that we'll actually be going to with that?
we needed a spin-off and it'll be Luigi's Mansion and it'll be a horror movie.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we need Mark to make it.
Let's make every game adaptation now.
Yes, because he has one of the better game adaptations now.
Yeah.
All right. And with all that being said, we now get into the TV shows. What about you, Joseph? What TV shows you've been watching?
I still watch a little bit of my Sonic X.
Sonic X?
Yep, haven't finished that one yet. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Is that the one that has the meme of him like
No,
standing?
No, that's Boom.
Sonic
And
Boom?
then the meme approved.
Yes.
The Sonic X was actually like really good one for Sonic, and then Boom was just goofy.
Yeah. What about you, Chandler? What you been watching?
Been watching Vinland Saga, which we'll
Yeah.
talk about next week.
Yes.
And then I also started Landman.
What is that any good?
I think it's good so far, but apparently the second season's awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That seems to be a common trend nowadays. But wait. Well, I mean, is it? Do you recommend the first season so far?
So far, yeah, it's
Isn't it about oil, like an oil thing?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit over the top with sexuality, but
Mm.
yeah, there's a character that is supposed to be a 17-year-old girl, and you get to see a lot of her.
I remember you talking about
You had me laughing because I was fairly certain that dude was going to kill that kid for messing with his daughter.
Bruh.
No, I think it's good. I think it's good so far. We'll have to see where it goes, though, because I'm only 2 episodes in.
Okay, cool. Was it on
Because they're
Netflix?
over an hour long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
Paramount.
Paramount? Okay.
It's kind of like a cross between Breaking Bad and Yellowstone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never watched Yellowstone. I know Mom and Dad did one time. Yeah. So, yep. Is that it?
Yep.
All right, yeah, for me, it's been Vinland Saga as well, because, yeah, we're going to do a podcast on that next week, because, I think it's fantastic so far, and it's got really good themes to it, but we'll get into that next week, and then after that, I've also just been watching Hunter x Hunter, because I kind of been watching that as like a, fun show, but Hunter x Hunter, it's one that has an arc in it that I would like to do an episode on, because it has a really one of my favorite like villain redemption stories and one of its arcs. So, man, that's all I've been watching this week. I don't think we have TV show news, do we?
No.
Other than Fallout Season 2 has supposedly been going on, and I've heard nothing on it.
It's apparently the most watched show in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, I've heard nothing on it.
The only thing I've seen of it is they show the Deathclaw.
Yay.
It actually looks good.
I've heard that it completely destroys the lore of New Vegas. Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw the Deathclaw and it was like coming out of a building, but it was like actually destroyed the building as it was coming out. I was like, actually looks scary.
Yeah.
I had a guy at work tell me I needed to watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
I've actually heard it's decent.
Until I get a proper ending with Winds of Winter.
True, yes.
I will not support anything Game of Thrones.
Yes, I can see that. None of it leads anywhere good, so what the heck does it matter? Like,
that's why they don't touch a sequel at all.
Yeah.
Everything's a prequel.
Yep. Yeah, you have that Knights of the Seven Kingdom. Yeah. That's about all of the TV show news. Now getting to our main topic, which is going to be over a game that some of y'all might have heard of. It's a bit niche.
It's an overdue critique.
It's an overdue critique on why Expedition 33 sucks donkey nuts.
Yeah, it sucks because you can't screw with the story, and CL really wants Versal's peen.
Bruh. Y'all, listen, like, we're at that point now where since it won Game of the Year and since it was glazed, you've got some people that are being like, it's not that good. It's actually not great at all. And it's like, yo, like, listen, I'm all for...
Probably got butthurt because their game didn't get Game of the Year.
Yes. I'm all for...
I'm sorry, Silksong did not deserve Game of the Year over Expedition.
I'm all for whenever something gets glazed to actually, like, take a step back and, like, actually, like, look at it from a objective lens. And same thing whenever something is, like, overhated. But if you're going to do that, you need to give an actual good audience. You need to actually give a good argument, because some of these arguments I've seen some people with it are just not good. Like it not being a real RPG. Like, then what were RPGs before the ability?
It's not a real RPG because I can't pick random dialogue options to just completely shift the story. It's a terrible RPG, obviously.
Yeah, so, like, the game definitely does... I
don't think anywhere in Final Fantasy VII, the original, you could change the story.
Yeah, yeah, the game's definitely not perfect, but what it does great. It does great on it, so, yeah. And I think it has some of the best pacing of a RPG game that I've played, because, like, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth... I stopped playing that game because of how much it just wasted my time with...
yes, man. Me and you stopped early on because we were like, oh my God, this is a waste of time.
Yes.
And then Tristan was like, I'm going to see it through, though.
I couldn't. But
when I got through collecting stuff for bikinis... And then immediately had to do carnival games, and then immediately had to do more games to get a chocobo for chocobo racing. I said, nope, done.
Yeah. No, when I got to the Gestural Village in Expedition 33, I had PTSD of like, oh gosh, don't make me waste my time here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It actually like does not waste. It doesn't spend too long on stuff like that. But no, instead this is a analysis from a Christian perspective on the themes and the main point of Expedition 33. So now this game is one of those that it starts out as a mystery and it unravels itself as it goes. So these are going to...
If you speak French, you get spoiled.
Yeah. So heavy spoiler warning moving forward. If you have not played the game, we highly recommend it. Go play it. Then come back and listen to this. There is a being called the Paintress who is, for whatever reason, making all of humanity die off at younger ages as the years go by.
Yep.
And you're playing, there's been expeditions to go and try and kill her. And so you're in the year, you're like the 33, the 30, it's not really the 33rd expedition. And it help me to explain this. It's like,
Your expedition number is based on the number that is on the monolith.
Yeah. So this will be Expedition 77, technically.
Expedition started at Expedition 80.
Oh, true. That's right.
Because
Yes.
so your expedition number is 33 because that is the age of the people who will be deleted next.
Yeah. Yes. And so it seems like it's going to be that. It seems like it's going to be a fight for humanity. It's hear me out as I make this comparison. It's like Attack on Titan, where it starts off as it's seemingly being about like just a fight for humanity against monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But then as it unravels, you then get to the twist of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And I've seen some people like say that they don't like the game past Act 2 because of the twist that the entire thing is a painting. And to that I say that's not really a criticism, that's a subjective preference.
Yeah, but your subjective preference is wrong.
Yeah, because like Attack on Titan, everything was set up, and this is what the story was always leading to. It's not like this is something that they pulled out their butts last second. That they set it up that the whole world was a painting, and everything is kind of like hidden from the viewer as they find out. And what I really like about the focus of the story is that you as the viewer unravel things right alongside the characters.
Yeah.
So the characters find out things just as you do, and they're just as shocked, except for one, Verso. He
already know.
Yeah, he already knows. But all the rest of them, Mayel especially, that you find out things just alongside them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it very engaging. So you go through, you find out that in this world, this entire world that you're playing as, it is a painting made by, and help me to explain this, Chandler, because I may get some things wrong. It was so on the outside it was painted by, what's her name?
No.
Not Alicia.
No.
What? Okay.
It's painted by Verso.
Oh, it's painted by Verso. Okay.
This is Verso's canvas.
Yeah.
That
And who is Verso?
Eileen's son.
Yeah,
Eileen is the mother. Okay, the family. Eileen is the mother. Ren Goku.
Yes, Renoir, yeah.
Renoir is the father. Eileen is the mother.
Yes.
Verso is the eldest son.
Mm-hmm.
His younger sister is
Alicia.
No, Clea.
Clea, yeah.
And then the youngest sister is Alicia.
Alicia, yeah.
And so Eileen is an insanely powerful painter.
Yeah.
Which this is not explained much in the game, so we'll just explain it the same way the game explains it. The painters and the writers,
yes,
can fight each other.
I wonder if that is a meta thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically they can wage wars within their mediums.
Yes.
But she was teaching Verso how to paint. That is Verso's canvas.
Yeah. And they have this power to be able to go into their paintings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this like supernatural element that they're able to, whatever they make, they're able to like actually go into it. And then the creatures, the people and the creatures have their own kind of like sentience almost inside these places. So yeah, you've already said that there was like a fight between the writers and the painters.
Yeah, that's what was going on outside.
Yeah. And I'm guessing, and
now,
yeah, go on.
Yeah, Verso painted that world. He painted it based on France, which is where they are.
Yeah.
He painted that world. There are 3 different types of people or beings. There's the inside the world. You have the regular people, which are just painted people, basically.
Yes.
They're basically NPCs.
Yeah.
You have the Gestrels, which are basically the paint brushes, as far as I could tell from it.
Yeah.
And then you have what are called Neverons.
Yeah.
Neverons are very powerful creations filled with a lot of chroma, which chroma is like life essence.
Yeah. Is it that, or is it like mana?
What do you mean mana? The mana has 5,000 different meanings as well.
Well, I was thinking of mana kind of like in Furin and all that, where it's like the more mana you have, this like the higher level of magic you have. Like,
kind of.
the more chroma you have, I guess the more...
It's the more chroma you have, the more real you are, basically.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and the Nevrons are very powerful things, and only 2 Nevrons were ever painted by Verso.
That was...
Eske and Monoko.
Yeah. That's why they're, like, really good friends with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eske was, like, created to be, like, super happy. And what was Monoko created?
Yeah. I don't think he created either of them for a specific purpose. I think he just created friends.
Oh, no, it's Eske. In Act 3, when you talk to Eske, Eske goes, Eske is, he can be sad, even rad, but never mad. And like...
Yeah, earlier he goes, Eske is barking mad.
Yeah. I know, I like Eske. Eske's great. But do you have anything else to add?
No, I was just saying what is inside the painting at the beginning.
So, yeah, he Verso created this painting, but then I'm guessing, and correct me if I'm wrong, the writers set fire to their house.
I don't know that the writers did, but because there's nothing said to what started the fire.
Yeah.
The fire happened, and Verso died because Alicia, his youngest sister, was stuck in a room. He got her out and then succumbed to his injuries by standing in the fire.
Yeah. So he died. And this caused the parents, the mother especially.
They all grieved, and the mother especially.
Yeah, to grieve his death. And the mother decided to escape into his painting. And so she goes into his painting, and she's there, and the father, Renoir, decides that she's been there for way too long. And
first off, when she enters the painting, the reason she goes to this particular painting is because since Verso painted it, and the reason I said life essence rather than mana is...
Oh, yeah, that's
because the Verso's chroma is still in this painting, which is basically what's left of his soul.
Yes.
Is in this painting. And she basically takes one of these NPCs and forces all of his chroma into it.
Yeah.
And basically turning this NPC into a Verso puppet.
Yes.
Of, like, her lost son.
Yeah, so this isn't going to be the topic that we're going to be talking about today, but there is one you can have of, like, cloning.
Yeah.
And if you were even able to take somebody's, like, consciousness and put it into a clone, would it still be them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she does that. But then the father, Renoir, decides that she's stayed way too long in that painting, so he goes in after her. And they end up getting in this kind of war towards one another. She does not want to leave. And she wants to stay, so he ends up using the Nevrons against her. And then they kind of come to this stalemate.
Well, so what happened is he tried to fight her. She is far more skilled than he is.
Mm-hmm.
So what he did was he painted something called the Axons, which are very insanely powerful Nevrons.
Mm-hmm.
He painted some. She painted she painted one, which was the paintress itself.
Mm-hmm.
And they got into this massive war where he was losing. I'm not going to get into the details of it because I could talk for another 10 hours. Basically, Clea went in there and made it to where if any chroma was destroyed, it would be immediately expelled from the canvas, so that way it couldn't go back to her and she couldn't continue to gain power.
Mm-hmm.
So what he was doing was he spawned all those Nevrons, and the reason they started slaughtering everything in their path was to remove Aline's chroma from the canvas so that she would lose power.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started, which you don't figure this out till end of Act 2.
Yeah.
He went and basically painted the house again. And from there, he was erasing everyone. She starts trying to defend against it, but since her power keeps decreasing as people are erased and removed, the age of the people that she can save continues to go down.
Yeah.
So there's the big twist.
Yeah.
She was never the one deleting everybody.
Yeah. She was actually warning everybody.
Yeah, it was just a warning on the monolith of how many people she can protect, or what the age of the people she can protect is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the younger a person is, the more chroma they have.
Mm-hmm.
As they get older, they lose it. That's another reason why I said life essence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. So then Alicia wakes up and she is sent by Selene.
Clea.
Clea. Yeah, Selene. What the heck? Clea. To go into the painting to basically, like, break them up, I guess.
Yeah.
So
She basically enters at,
yeah.
they call it Monolith Year. Like
Yeah.
Monolith Year 55, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is when she enters or something like that.
Yes.
She ends up being completely reborn because she was no match for
Yep.
Aline's chroma.
Yep.
She basically gets reborn as Mael.
As Mael. Yep. And Mael looks exactly like Alicia, except without all the burn marks.
Yep.
But the thing is that there is a version of Alicia.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. During the war, because she wanted to keep her family there.
Yeah.
This is a whole nother topic that we could go down
Yeah.
as well. That's why this game is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Aline created a few other people. She created a fake Clea because she just wanted Clea there. She was basically identical to how she was outside, just more subservient.
Mm-hmm.
She created a fake Renoir. This Renoir was created because she was extremely mad with how her actual husband didn't agree with her, so she basically made one that agreed with her fully about everything and just wanted the family to be back together.
Yeah.
And that one ended up going with Verso and killing the, Verso left after he did this. He was killing all the expeditions that came across to go after the Paintress.
Yeah.
And then the one that we could talk about for ages is Alicia,
Yeah.
and how her mother, in her attempt to escape reality, blames Alicia for what happened. So even her painted form is burned
Yes.
and forced to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that world's Verso finds out all this, and that's why he helps the Expedition 33 to kill the Paintress. I'm guessing when you kill the Paintress, does it like knock Aline out of the painting?
Yes.
Okay.
The reason in that one scene it showed Clea said to hide the canvas was so that she couldn't get back in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry since you're not at the end of the game, but I got to spoil something.
Yeah.
She comes back when you're fighting Renoir at the end of the game. He calls on the Axons, both of the two that you killed, because when you killed them, they became his. Serene and the Mask Keeper show up, but then the Paintress's thing shows up and then subdues both of them so that you can kill Renoir. But anyway, yeah, she gets knocked out, and then when she gets knocked out, Renoir erases everything except for Verso and Alicia now.
Yeah, Alicia. Yeah. That's why she comes back. She got like white hair and all that. Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the game, it gives you a choice what I like about it is that it's a complex choice. Like it's one that's not easy to you can sit and have conversations on. It gives you a choice to either like do you side with Renoir you on that this person they should get rid of the painting, they should erase it, or do you side with Alicia's Verso? Wait, no.
Let me say it.
Okay, yeah, you say it.
At the end of the game, you beat Renoir and kick him out. And basically, you've got to make a choice. Verso agrees with Renoir.
Yeah.
Verso realizes that he is not Verso. He is some completely different person being forced to basically masquerade as Verso.
Yeah.
And he wants to allow Renoir to delete the painting and basically get rid of him and everything else. To let Verso sleep is basically what he says.
Yeah.
Alicia doesn't want that. She wants to continue this cycle of grief.
Yes.
She wants to rewrite the painting in her own image and then basically wipe this Verso's memories so that he can be forced to be that puppet again.
Yeah. Yes.
And you get to make the decision at the end, because if you choose to side with Verso, you'll have to fight Mael and push her out of the canvas.
Oh, really?
You have to fight Alicia as the final boss. Or if you choose Alicia, you have to fight Verso as the final boss. And then you get a different ending based on them.
Yeah, really interesting. Makes for a really interesting conversation to be had on that.
Yeah.
But the overarching theme to this story seems to be grief and escapism. Because, as we said, Elaine, that's the mother's name?
Yeah.
She grieves so hard for her son that died that she escapes into his painting, essentially living inside the painting and neglecting the real world, the rest of her actual family outside. She creates a fake version of her family and decides that she's going to live in that for the rest of her, I guess, for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Or until she stops grieving, which we don't know how long that could be.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes it's kind of like, well, I mean, we're gonna get into this.
It does seem that it brings up that if you're in the painting for too long, you'll die.
Yeah.
It continuously zaps stuff out of you.
Yes. Yeah. So, the obvious parallel to that in real life is escapism to our lives. This is how processing it from a Christian perspective. When it comes to escapism, I believe there's a good escapism and a bad escapism. The good escapism is the kind of escapism that you go to escape into art, whether it be, movies, TV shows, video games, books, music, like art in general. You escape into it to, rest from regular reality and to get inspired. Get inspired either by heroic themes and good things that you can get out of it, or themes that are cautionary tales that can show you a horrific part of reality that you want to try and be better than. Like Breaking Bad, for instance. That's the good kind of escapism. The bad kind of escapism is what Eileen is doing in the painting, where instead of actually facing what happened, what is going on in your own reality, you decide to escape into art to dodge your problems, as opposed to facing them as opposed to actually facing them. You decide to live in the art, and you end up neglecting your actual reality.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the bad kind of escapism. And when it comes to looking at this from a Christian perspective, the good kind of escapism is actually commended in parts of Scripture, where Psalm 23 verse 32, he talks about how the Lord made me made me to lie down in green pastures. You also have parts of 1 Kings when Elijah is in a depression, but instead of God telling him to get over it and suck it up, he actually makes Elijah a meal and has him eat food and all that, and actually cares for him in that way. And you also have parts of Ecclesiastes that talks about enjoying life and all that. So I believe that good kinds of escapism is, even though it's not straight up said in the Bible, it is commended in these kind of principles in the Bible. So I do believe that art, storytelling, and all that is a gift from God.
Mm-hmm.
And it's meant for us to, ultimately, as I said, when it comes to good escapism, get inspired. Either through heroic themes that make us, want to be better, and also, again, as I said, cautionary tales and all that serve as tragedies and shows us how not to be and what not to do, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And to, kind of take a rest from reality for a little bit. I believe that is commended. However, when we go so far as to neglect real life, to escape into something, to dodge problems, that whatever it is that we're escaping into ends up becoming an idol. It ends up taking the place of God in our lives, because we end up focusing more on it than focusing more on God himself and dealing with our problems in real life. For Eileen in Expedition 33, Verso's painting in that world was basically an idol for her.
It was.
So she was very obviously neglecting it so much that her family, her husband, went into the painting to get her out. And if you can't tell now, I do agree with Rimlar at the end of it. Yeah.
The reason it is a hard decision, because I do agree with Renoir, but he was going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
There was no love in what he was doing.
Yes.
If you hear
there's a loving way that you can't.
If you hear his speech when you talk to him, as Alicia, not the fake Renoir.
Yeah.
If you hear his speech when you talk to him, he very clearly has no patience for it.
Yeah.
He's not trying to be loving to her. He is trying to say, get out of here now.
Yeah. Yes.
Rather than trying to console her for what happened.
Yeah, that's a good parallel to like if we have a family member who's like, let's say that you have one who, let's say a family member just died and you have another family member that decides to play video games for 18 hours a day because then that's how they're coping.
Yeah.
You don't go in by yanking out the cords and throwing it out the window.
A better example of this would be like a mother staying in her child's bedroom after the child
that's a good
passed.
one. Yeah.
How do you get her out of that room? You don't go in and burn everything down and throw all the child's stuff out.
Yeah. I agree with Renoir in the sense of she needed to get out of the painting, but you don't need to destroy the entire Verso's entire painting.
We agree with Renoir in the sense of these were the only two options we had.
Mm-hmm.
You had to choose Renoir or Aline.
Yeah.
You had to make that decision at the end of the game. But in retrospective, Renoir should have gone about it a different way.
Yes. So, like escaping into stuff to avoid your problems is not okay. Whatever it is that you're escaping into ends up becoming an idol, because we are ultimately called by God to look towards Him when dealing with our problems. We're not called to look towards other things on that. Other things can be a supplement, but they should not be the ultimate thing. When something becomes ultimate, that's when it becomes an idol.
Yeah.
Grief definitely is one of the worst things to try and deal with in life. It's especially one of the worst pains to feel is when you have a loved one die, but you still have their belongings there, but they're not there. That is one of the, not to get very, we kind of have to get sad talking about this, but that is one of the...
It's interesting that I know a song that can sum up our entire talk.
What?
Greatest Hope. Theocracy.
Oh, yeah, that's a great song, yes. That's off their newest album.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of the worst pains to feel. Well, and so you can honestly see where Aline is coming from, escaping into her son's painting. But the thing is that we're not called to go so far as to only live in that.
Yeah.
We are called to like lay all that before God and keep our eyes on Him and keep our eyes on His promises.
Yeah, no.
Again, as you said in your, if you were to lose like a baby, and you have a room for that baby, but you were just to stay in that room forever. Yeah, that's an unhealthy way of doing it.
Yeah,
so it's an unhealthy way of coping with it. And I'll bring up gaming a lot because we grew up gamers. Within the gaming sphere, gaming is like a huge like cope that some people will go into and will unfortunately play an unhealthy amount to cope from things when life gets hard and all that. Because within these worlds, you can basically be anything and you can do anything and you can fantasize about anything. So it can be really easy to neglect life with gaming when it comes to that. But obviously, that's not a healthy thing. We here are all about having a healthy relationship with, art, media, gaming, and stuff
absolute. And it's like on a whole different level with the world of Expedition 33.
Yeah.
Because the allure of being able to rewrite the universe in what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
And then live inside it.
Yeah. I mean, it can be the same way with even like creating stories. Like somebody could cope by creating like being too obsessed with creating like a story themselves on things how they want.
Yeah. That one's a little weird though, because the way it becomes unhealthy is if you're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're just writing and then throwing it away and then writing again, that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
But some people write, some of the best stories written are because people are writing.
No, I agree.
Trauma.
I agree, yes. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I was mostly talking about like if they were neglecting everything else that they were doing. Yeah, we are called by God to basically look to Him and to, look to Him in prayer, look to Him in community of church and all that, and helping each other bear each other's burdens when stuff like this happens. Help pull each other out when we start coping like this. Like when we start becoming like Aline, start coping into...
I would say when we started this channel back then when I was just becoming a Christian, I was the opposite of this. I was like, I want to do everything on my own,
Yeah.
all that. But if you read the Bible, it is very clearly that community.
Yes, community is a thing. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm always going to rail against the hyper individualism of our culture.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's helping anybody. But yeah, helping each other in community, help bear each other's burdens, help pull each other out when we start becoming like this. We're called to face our problems, but not face our problems by ourselves. Face our problems with God. Like I said, prayer, church and community, all that. Yeah, because grief and traumatic things happening in our lives, it can really take a toll on us, and it can cause us to cope like that. And especially when you have alluring stuff like video games and being able to escape into worlds like that, it can be very easy to make them an idol.
Yeah.
And to escape into them in a bad way.
Yes.
So we advocate for, obviously, having a healthy relationship with art and all that, where you make it a point to escape into them, to rest from your regular world, and to get inspired by them.
Yeah.
Don't just escape into them to cope, and don't just brain dead consume everything and anything. When you go to consume stuff, consume it to get inspired, consume it to make your life better. You know, when you find life getting hard, when you find stuff like that happening, take it to God. Take it before Him, and don't suffer it yourself.
Yeah.
By yourself. Find a community. Obviously, we're Christians here. We advocate for church, finding a good church that you can do that on. I know that some people have been church hurt in the past, but I promise you, there are good churches out there. You may have to dig through them to find them, but they are out there. We recommend finding that. So, yeah. And again, when it comes to art and all that, have a healthy relationship with it. So, yeah, that's how we process Expedition 33 from a Christian perspective. There's other talks we can have on that. Like I said, the whole cloning thing with like Verso and all that, but that'll be for another time. Do you have anything else to add to that?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what do y'all think? Let us know your all's thoughts in the comments down below. If y'all like the video, make sure to hit that like button. If you really like what we do and want to support us out more, hit that subscribe button. It'll help us out greatly. Thank y'all for listening or watching. We love y'all. God bless y'all, and we'll see you all next time.
Cascade is made of wine.
You cleaned me out.
You cleaned me out, Mesame.